I am Dr. Sudhir Shah, obstetrician and gynecologist from Rajkot, Gujarat. I am presenting a slideshow movie on the subject non-descent vaginal hysterectomy A to Z. So friends, this is the part 4 of NDVH A to Z Troubleshooters part 1. The troubleshooters in non-descent vaginal hysterectomy means solutions of the difficult situations experienced by the surgeon in performing NDVH. Now, as the incidence of NDVH has started increasing, it is better to know how to deal with certain difficult steps encountered during the surgery. The first is troubles encountered in opening anterior pouch of peritoneum. This is very important and first part of the surgery. Now refer to the images over here. A is the correct level, that is 2 mm below the rugosity. C indicates the upper level and B indicates the lower level. Perfect level is A. Difficulty arises when the incision is at the lower level. It may not be in vesicocervical space and there is more oozing on dissection. When the incision is at upper level, injury to the bladder tissue is more likely. That is C. Sharp or blunt dissection is suggested as per need and the skill of surgeon. In cases of difficulty, first cut the posterior pouch, ligate uterosacrals and uterines, and then deal with the anterior pouch. Now, troubles encountered in opening the posterior pouch. It arises when it is shallow, very high up, or there is puckering due to adhesions in the pouch of Douglas. In such cases, we can try this. Inject normal saline just behind the posterior wall to separate the vaginal wall from the loosely attached peritoneum behind it. Some fluid will go behind the peritoneum, but it does not matter. Now, as shown in the image, cut the vaginal wall first, then catch the peritoneum and cut the peritoneum to anterior the posterior pouch. In most cases, this trick will act. Now, if more adhesions in posterior pouch of Douglas, open the anterior pouch first. Secure uterosacrals and uterines. Start bisecting the uterine wall up to fundus. Then finger guiding is helpful. Next is oblique cut at the posterior lip of the cervix. Extending in the posterior wall of the uterus may facilitate to demarcate the pouch. Now, troubles in suturing the deep pedicles. In doing NDVH, apart from opening an anterior and posterior pouch, most challenging and time-consuming step is transfixation of the uterosacral and ligation of the uterine pedicle with available 40 mm half circle needle, as the space is narrow and the pedicle is deep in vagina. With 40 mm half circle needle, the problem starts from where to catch the needle in the needle holder, at which angle needle is to be inserted into the pedicle, Sometimes tip of needle is lost and cannot found on the other side of the clamp. Repetitive unsuccessful attempts causes distressing and disturbing expressions on surgeon and more so on the faces of assistants. To overcome this, in 2003 we thought of trying short straight needle instead of half circle, and we made it from the scalp pen during those days because no straight needle was available. The technique is, after cutting the pedicle, the SRS or short straight needle is inserted from below upwards so the tip of the needle emerges anteriorly in vision, and it can be very easily catched and handled. It can also be inserted from the above to the below. This step is very convenient and fast. Dolphin Sutures Limited approved our project and research needle and have started making it with the name SRS needle. It is a short straight 15 needle available in the market. Now, troubles in previous surgery on uterus. NDVH in cases of previous caesarean section ranges from simple to difficult. The real problem is the adhesions between the bladder and the cervix, which makes the dissection difficult. Scarred vesicocervical space can make the dissection more difficult. In such cases, use of surgical window in broad ligament. Generally, lateral 1/5 of the bladder is free of adhesions. Lateral point of uterocervical area has loose entry of tissue from which the finger go to anterior layer of broad ligament. From there, the index finger is moved medially to touch the vesicocervical ligament. Sharp dissection will help to open the way to peritoneal fold. This loose entry gap is also described as surgical window. Next important cases are fibroid uterus. NDVH in the fibroid uterus is very interesting and exciting. Larger the uterus, greater the need of skill, experience, and patience to do the vaginal hysterectomy. In fibroids, shape of the uterus is irregular and volume of the uterus is enlarged. Examination under anesthesia is very important. Assess the size, the depth, the width, and the location of the fibroids. Assess the mobility of the uterus and space available lateral to the uterine mass. Good instrumentation like myoma screw, heavy Valsalms are of need. Skill assistant again are of great value. Now, if there is a single fibroid up to the 12-week size of uterus, it is easier to open anterior and posterior pouch if myoma is deep and at fundal region. Uterosacrals and even uterine can be reached easily and ligated. Catch the cervix at 3 and 9 o'clock position and pull the uterus. Cut anterior and posterior lip of the cervix in vertical line. Apply myoma screw on the most dependable and center point. Screw it sufficiently inside. After that, go on pulling the uterus to your side with separation of capsule by sharp dissection. Soon the bulk of fibroid will come out to introitus. For the removal of large fibroid, sometimes large fibroid get stuck at the introitus. In such cases, insert closed clamp above the fibroid at the point near to the bladder retractor. Make fulcrum at the bladder retractor. Press the clamp up and pull the myoma screw towards you. This dual action will bring the fibroid out. In case of large fibroid, give episiotomy to prevent the posterior wall laceration. Multiple uterine fibroids. It may be intramural or subserous. First few steps remain same. Start cutting anterior and posterior cervical and uterine part. Cut the fibroid coming in between of cutting line. Soon you may reach to fundus. Cut that, clamp and transfix the cornual pedicles. Debulking procedures, a combination of bisection, myomectomy, morcellations, vag resections, cervical amputations have been tried to debulk the fibroids by various gynecologists. Points to remember: volume of the uterus should be reduced. Uterus should be freed from its lateral attachments. Blood supply of the uterus should be secured. Most accessible fibroids should be removed first. Never hurry to open the anterior pouch of uterus. Multiple small fibroids are easier to remove than single bigger one. Remaining as near to uterus while clamping will keep the ureter away. Large adenomyosis. In adenomyosis, bulk is larger and mostly at the fundal level. It causes difficulty in pulling and applying clamps at uterines and cornual pedicles. In large adenomyosis, the idea is to decrease the bulk of the uterus. First, clamp, cut and ligate uterosacrals and uterine vessels. The uterus can then be cut in split manner. Single or difficult cut at the middle portion of the uterus will allow easy delivery of the uterus and clamping at the cornual structures. The single and double cut as shown in the image. Double cut in the middle. Here the midline double cut has divided the larger uterus into 3 parts and it has reduced the bulk. Friends, thank you for watching and listening part 4 of NDVH A to Z, that is troubleshooter part 1. The next part 5 would be troubleshooter part 2. Both these parts are very important to watch, so please watch part 5 troubleshooters part 2. Please do subscribe this channel and forward the links to your friends, your colleagues and the youngsters who wants to learn the art of doing NDVH. Thank you again.